We got the exclusive Stacy. You know we gotta show some love, cause your boy got the plug shown up. We got the exclusive Stacy. We the people, we won't settle. Can't nobody do this better. We got the exclusive with Stacy Roberson tonight. I know that's right.
Hello, welcome to The Exclusive. My name is Stacy Roberson. I'm your host with the most exclusive and one of Atlanta's greatest ideas. And so you know how we do it on The Exclusive. Today we have none other in the studio with us is gold and platinum producer D Clax. Alright, so David Claxton, aka D Clax, is a gold and platinum music producer here in Atlanta, Georgia. Clax has worked with some of the biggest artists in the music industry. He has helped to jumpstart many people's careers as well along the way, and has even signed music newcomer Bria Anai. So, welcome to The Exclusive.
Thank you for having me.
All right. So this is how we do. We just like to just jump right in. So you're not from Atlanta. I do know a little bit about you. So I know you're not from Atlanta. So just let the viewers know where you're from.
I'm from a small island called St. Thomas. It's in the Virgin Islands.
Okay. So how in the world did you end up here in Atlanta? That's a mighty long way.
Yeah, I had no choice. I moved at a younger age, so it's really just we moved with the family.
Okay. And so, how was it growing up in Atlanta?
Growing up was actually fun. I came into Atlanta around the 90s, so it's like when Freaknik and all that was popular.
Right.
So the energy of the music and the culture was at a high level.
All right. So, knowing a little about your background, you are a graduate of an HBCU.
Yes.
All right. So my next question for you will be, why an HBCU, and what HBCU did you go to?
Well, shout out to the Panthers, Clark Atlanta University. And what was the question before that?
So why an HBCU?
Why HBCU?
And then why Clark Atlanta?
Why HBCU for me is what it's just I wanted to be around my people and to learn and to grow with them. And Clark Atlanta wasn't my first choice. Morehouse was my first choice. This is just a school that I always wanted to go to. Ended up switching over to Clark because my mother worked there and she wanted me to be there with her. So it worked out fine because I love Clark.
That's good. That's good. So how did you end up in the music industry? How did you get into it?
I've been playing the piano since I was 3, so I've always been around music. My dad was a manager, my mom was a singer, my uncles were musicians, so I've always been around music. But how I got into it is just playing around the city of Atlanta for different artists, various artists, and wanted to take just playing into production and making my own original music. So that's how I kind of transitioned and got into music.
Okay. All right. So who would you give credit to as someone that discovered you? Who discovered you?
That's a funny question. I would have to. I mean, a lot of people would want to take credit, but I would have to say it's somebody under the radar. Like, his name was Smooth, and I can't really speak on him too much, but he had a big influence on kind of discovering the talent that I have, and you know, giving it to the right people, putting me around the right people. So I kind of give it to him and Noonie from Noontime. Okay. Noonie was my first manager, kind of gave me my first shot.
Cool. Yeah, I know Smooth from back in the day.
Oh, you know Smooth?
Yeah.
Wow.
So my youngest brother's in the music industry.
Okay, yeah.
And so and I was able, definitely, I linked them up, and he ended up signing my brother with a deal with Jazzy Faye.
Nice.
And so Jazzy Faye, you know.
Yeah, that's around the same circle. Yeah.
So small world.
Yeah.
All right. So who was the first artist you were able to work with?
Major artist? Or just any artist?
Yeah. However, who was the first artist that you worked with?
The first artist that I worked with was actually Sharia, who was on, what's that show, The Four?
The Four,
yes.
Right.
So that was
really
my first artist that I worked with. And I was producing, you know, I was making all kind of stuff, kind of experimenting at that time. And she was very different. So she took this beat from me which actually ended up being my first placement.
Oh wow. Yeah, Sharaya is a monster.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Like she was definitely one of my all-time favorites on the 4. I watched it just to see what she was gonna do next. So definitely.
She was a beast.
So outside of Sharaya, who were some of the other artists that you had the opportunity?
Lloyd was a big artist.
Okay.
The producer that I worked with at the time that was kind of showing me the ropes and mentoring me was Lloyd's best friend. So we would always be together, like go pick him up from school, pick me up from campus or whatever, and take me to the studio, and we'd spend hours and days upon days just kind of just working. And that's how I got like picked up a lot of things from that time.
Okay.
Just working with Lloyd, and that was a big influential part of my career.
Okay. So let's talk about who was the first, well, you did mention Sharaya was your first placement, but let's speak about that first major placement. Like, who was that artist?
Okay, so it's a funny story. So Jimmy Iovine from Interscope actually wanted a song from me for Nicole Scherzinger from the Pussycat Dolls, and that was supposed to be my first placement, but it never came out. But I got paid for it. All the stuff everything went through with the song. It just never came out. But from that, it stemmed me from getting the same song recorded by Beyonce for the 4 album, and then from that, Rodney Jerkins, who I'm signed to now, is who took that placement or whatever. But my first major placement it would have to be Missy Elliott with the Sharaya, because she was signed to Missy Elliott at the time.
Okay.
And Missy actually came to the studio the day before to hear the beat and didn't tell nobody she was coming, and came and sat right next to me like I am. I was nervous. I'm over here making the beat. And she just left. The next day, it was like, we want that beat. So that was my first.
Wow. Okay. So at what point did you know that this was for real? Like, this is real? Like, when did you know that this was it?
Probably at my major placement when the check came.
When the
check came, it was more like, okay, I can do what I love and still make the money that I dream about, or like that could take care of my family or whatever.
That's right.
So that moment was like, you know, you call your mom, you're like, look what I did for all the hard work I put in.
That's right.
So that was the moment.
That's powerful. Yeah. Well, money definitely motivates. So how did you get the G-Eazy record?
I got the G-Eazy record from working with DJ Spins. Shout out to DJ Spins. But he was close with some of the guys that I knew. And he just came by and we just made like 7, 8 beats. And he signed to a publishing company that works with G-Eazy. So he just sent out beats, and G-Eazy wanted. That was the last song that made the album. Okay. And he was looking for a song like that. And he made the album. And that song ended up being placed twice. Wow. On Travis Scott. Travis Scott and G-Eazy wanted the same beat at the same time. Wow. So they both put the songs out like right after each other. So it was a single on Wiz Khalifa's album with Travis Scott. And G-Eazy put it out, but they changed the beat up a little bit. So that's how that worked out.
Okay. All right. So how has your life changed as a result?
It's changed as far as like the amount of work or the type of work. Like when you do a gold record or a platinum record, it puts you more in a category of these guys can produce what I need for this album, or the labels look at it like that. And me being signed to Sony ATV, it allows me to just kind of be in the conversation. Like, this new artist is here, let's hit D Clax in Atlanta or whatever. So it's changed, tremendously for the better.
That's good. Who have you not worked with and you feel that you definitely would like to work with? And that could be either an artist, producer. Like, who is somebody, if you could work with anybody right now, who would that be?
Right now, it'd probably be Anderson .Paak. And both artist and production, because I think he's like underrated right now, but I think he's a genius. Like, so that's one person I would definitely want to work with.
Say the name again?
Anderson .Paak.
All right, so if you're watching,
Yeah, he signed to Dr. Dre.
All right. So Dr. Dre, you know we go way, way, way back, right?
You don't know who Anderson .Paak is?
Huh?
You don't know who Anderson?
I do, but I'm just making a point. I wanted you to say it a little bit louder.
Okay.
So, Dr. Dre, I need you to make that happen. Anderson .Paak, I need you to make that happen. And let's do this.
Let's do it.
Now, everybody's watching exclusive. Remember, the magic happened here, all right? All right. So, I want to say congratulations to you, all right? You know what I'm congratulating you for?
Kind of.
Okay, all right. So you have just launched your music production company with your wife, Vyghetta. Shout out to Vyghetta.
Shout out to
She out
her.
here doing her thing. Tell us about your production company.
It's a production company that me and my wife decided to take on because we know the value that we both have individually and together, and we see a lot of potential in different people around us, and we get, you know, artists hit me like all the time, yo, can you work with me? Can you work with me? And I had never taken the time to ever, like, you know, even listen to it. Shout out to Cody Shane, but I was working with Cody Shane
Cody.
for like 2-3 years straight, so I didn't have that much time to listen to other artists. But Cody's doing her thing now. Shout out to her. And I wanted to now, like, okay, now I can sit back and like, let's work on something new. So I found a couple artists that just kind of fell in my lap, thank God. You know?
Right.
And and we're excited to just, you know, spread out music through the world. We have artists in Spain. We have an artist here that we're working with, and we're looking for other artists to work with. And we just want to, you know, kind of stay away from all the politics of music and just really dive in. And it's really about the music. Try to make the best music you can.
Okay.
You know.
That's it. And you know, I'm definitely an advocate for our college students, young people who are definitely looking to get into the music industry. We all start somewhere, right? And so you saw from what the recent show I just did with Ian Burke, that was my first major internship at Icon Studio. So we all start somewhere. And for anyone that was interested in doing an internship with you, if that's something that you are,
Yes,
is that possible?
Let me give the name. So the name of the production company it's Sound Arena Music Entertainment, and that's the acronym for SAME. So we call it SAME, but it's the acronym means like we're all the same. There's nobody greater, higher.
That's good.
We want to spread that message throughout the world. It's like I don't want to keep doing music for the U.S. Like
Sure.
the world is so big. Like that's our main motto, is just spreading that same energy around. So.
I love it. I
Yeah,
like
but
that.
yeah, interns, yes, please. My wife is in charge of that, but
Okay.
she's on top of it. So she's looking for. We actually interviewed at Clark.
Okay.
We had a couple people come by.
Okay.
So yeah.
All right. And so for those who are watching the show and you're looking to interview, if you're looking to do an internship with SAME, then definitely you can also reach out to me as well, and I'll be glad to, you know, get you into the right hands. All right. Bria Anai. Now I'm a Bria Anai fan. All right. So I know a lot of people are up on Bria Anai, but if you are not, I don't know where you've been, because you definitely have not been on planet Earth. But I'm going to need you to get back to Earth so you can tune in on Bria Anai. I mean, when I say an amazing artist, and I've just been waiting to see that she will get in the hands of somebody like you, you know. Definitely remember her from being on American Idol. She's definitely doing her thing on the collegiate level as well. Shout out to you, Bria. And so, what do y'all got going on?
Well, we just dropped a single today, actually.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It's called Need It.
Need It.
Bria wrote it. A producer friend of mine named Edgar Vegas produced the beat, and it's dope. It's more of a R&B slow jam type of thing.
Okay.
It's different for Bria. Bria's a more reserved person, so she's kind of coming out and you know, sharing her experiences with us.
Okay.
So it's a dope record.
So can we get a little exclusive of this?
Yes.
Like a verse and a
Well,
chorus?
it's out, so you can play it as long as you want.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Make sure the speed isn't too loud.
shine. But if there's a truth, then baby, where's this fire? You should be spitting lines on you. What you tryna do? Gotta keep my eye on you. Don't lose your cool. I got a feeling you'd like to be with me like you're shy. Baby, don't take your time. We ain't got no doubt. I want you to need it. I need you to want it. Want it, I want you to crave it. Crave it, I crave you to love it. Love it, I love when you need it. Need it, I need you to want it. Want it, I want you to crave it. Crave it, I crave you to love it. Love it, I love when you need me. Hold me.
That's a hot record. I told you all. Alright, so make sure you go and, what y'all say, cop that record?
Yeah.
So definitely.
And it's featuring a rapper by the name of Dwight.
Dwight, okay.
Yeah, Dwight is a Morehouse student.
Okay, cool.
And
Shout out to Morehouse,
shout out to
HBCU.
Morehouse, yeah. And Dwight is dope. He's from, I think, Compton. I
Okay.
don't want to get it wrong, but he's from Cali.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
He's pretty dope.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, shout out to Bria. She's definitely doing her thing. Hoping in the near future I have her on exclusive and you get to meet her personally, all right? So what can you say, and we'll get ready to close up the show, but what can you say to young people about the importance of education in 2019? Why is it important?
I think education is very important this time because there's so many other things out there that the kids could learn from. Music being one of them, movies, and just social media. I think education is one of the things that keep a good foundation in the youth. So when they get older, they can't stray away from the truth or certain things. So I think education is very important, very vital. I have 3 kids of my own, and I'm always on them about reading and doing their work and make sure they get good grades. So that's right. Yeah, education is good.
So you heard it, all right? So you definitely want to make sure you lock in those grades. Give it the best shot so you can be the best version of who you want to be in life. Clark College graduate Marva Collins said, education is painful, it's not gained by playing games. So whatever you want to be in life is going to require you to definitely have something up here, and that's going to mean make sure you get your grades. So to the young people, let's be about that so that you can be where you want to be at the beginning and at the end of the day. So with that being said, how can you be reached?
I could be reached on social media. It's at D Clax, which is DCLAX. You could DM me, email. We have an email. You can email Sane at soundarenamusic@gmail.com. Soundarenamusic, all spelled the normal way, @gmail.com.
All right. So thank you all for tuning in to the exclusive with D Clax, and I will see you on the next show. We're signing out.
We got the exclusive, Stacy. You know we gotta show some love, 'cause your boy got the plug shown up. We got the exclusive, Stacy. We the people, we won't settle. Ain't nobody do this better. We got the exclusive with Stacy Roberson tonight. I know that's right.